This year, 35 schools participated in the Minister for the Day contest, and I would like to thank the teachers here today for encouraging their classes to participate and taking time to bring their students here today. And thank you to all the teachers and classes from around Alberta who participated in the Minister for a Day. It really is wonderful to see the importance schools place on a healthy environment, and there were many great entries filled with innovative ideas about how to take care of our water, our air, and our land. And the students here today gave me some truly exceptional submissions. They are here representing their schools and communities because they have all demonstrated an excellent understanding of environmental issues and what we can do to address them.
My simple act is I plan to recycle at school and at home and compost at home too.
Reduce paper and ink consumption.
Plant a garden to support biodiversity in Alberta. Bring a waste-free lunch to school every day.
Use rainwater instead of tap water for my animals and to water plants.
Save electricity by turning off the lights when I'm not using them.
Take city transit instead of riding in the car.
Use water wisely because clean, fresh water is very scarce and is a necessity of every living creature.
Turning off all my electric appliances when not in use.
Turn off lights when I'm not in a room so I'm not wasting electricity.
Use refillable water bottles. You know the regular water bottles that you get? Just refill them. It's not that hard.
What do you think is the most important thing that Albertans can do to make the most positive impact on the environment, and why?
Well, one of the things they can do is make less air pollution. And they can make less air pollution by using less electricity. And if they want to make their own electricity, they can use solar panels. Another thing they can do is not idle cars. And they can also carpool. And when they have the chance, they can walk or ride a bike.
What could your school do to get students more connected to nature?
Well, you could do like do mini outdoor field trips and check out the John Muir program that I did. It's really fun to go outside, get to do some geocaching, and in general, just go outside, have some fun.
Explain why staying connected to nature is important, and what is your favorite nature experience?
Staying connected to nature is important because humans depend on nature for survival, and if we didn't have the environment or nature, there wouldn't be any humans. And I think my favorite nature experience is probably when me and I think 6 other friends and 2 adults went on a camping trip, which we hiked out in the middle of the wilderness, and we basically, with all of our water, food, and gear, and we slept there for one night.
What are some species at risk that are found in Alberta, and what are some of the ways we can help keep them in our future?
Some species at risk are woodland caribou, grizzly bear, the swift fox, wood bison, and an Ord's kangaroo rat. Some ways we can protect them is by preserving and protecting their habitat, more harsh penalties for illegal hunting, less greenhouse gases because climate change can affect them, and protect their food chain.
What does conservation mean to you? How would you explain what conservation means to someone who has never heard the word? You got a whole speech there.
To me, conservation means to save something and stock up on it and use it at various times when it's needed. If I had to explain what conservation means to someone who never even heard the word, I'd tell them that living things save up the nutrients they need to grow, keep stocking up on it, and use it only when it's needed.
What are some of your plans to make changes in your home with your family so you can have a smaller footprint?
After thinking of some ways I can make changes in our home, I talked with my parents and persuaded them that we needed a more proactive recycling system. Even though we had a bottle recycle bin and a cardboard recycle bin, I realized that we had no paper recycle, compost, or battery and electrical recycle. My dad agreed to help support my initiatives by purchasing each one of those bins so that we can be more proactive, and that is the change that I've done in my home.
What kind of things will you do to show the younger students that the environment is important, and how will you lead by example?
During schoolyard cleanups, I'll do my best to clean up. At recess, I will tell all the other kids not to litter and why. I will tell my kindergarten buddy about the importance of protecting the environment. I will lead by example by not littering, picking up litter when I see it, ride my bike to school and tell people why it's good, and putting recyclables in the recycling bin.
As an environmental leader, do you see any ways that the government can help Albertans to make smart choices about reducing, reusing, and recycling?
The Alberta government can help Albertans to make smarter choices about reducing, reusing, and recycling by spreading social awareness. By spreading social awareness, more Albertans would be aware that if we don't take care of our environment, there won't be one to live in. So doing simple things like buying more recyclable products, carpooling, and reusing clothing can make a big difference.
What are some of the things we can do to better share our environment with plants and animals for years to come?
To share our environment with plants and animals, we could simply pick up garbage so they don't eat it. We could make a day called Quick Shower Day or No Car Day, so then we keep the air clean and waste less water. We could, I don't even know if this is possible, we could make an efficient machine, solar powered, that cleans out air from smoggy air, so then everyone can breathe happily, I guess. And make a law of if you cut a tree, you have to plant a tree.
What are some of the basic decisions or rules that Albertans can live by when it comes to being environmentally responsible, and why?
A person can reuse plastic bags that they get from any shop like Safeway, and they can use it to carry stuff like library books. And also you can use gray water for a garden as long as it's legal in your area and you have used biodegradable soap. And also you can save water, if you haven't finished a water bottle, you can save that, and then you can use it for your garden. So, and yeah.
What kind of things do you think Albertans can do to reduce climate change?
Well, first of all, bike to school more, carpool, do all that stuff to save from CO2 going into the air, and buy less from products and factories that make lots of CO2, because if you buy something from them, it uses CO2. They make another one, even more CO2. So all the stuff you buy, like Febreze with chemicals and all that stuff, they do CO2 in the air. And if you don't do that, it stops global warming and climate change.
What new and creative ideas do you have to make it easier for Albertans to make more environmentally friendly choices?
First of all, the government of Alberta could outlaw non-biodegradable plastic bags, because plastic bags take so many years to biodegrade that no one has ever counted. Also, animals such as sea turtles eat plastic bags, killing or hurting themselves. This could cause many animals to be endangered or even extinct, which means the balance of nature would become unbalanced, causing more harm to the earth. The Alberta government could change regulations to make it easier for citizens to create their own electricity, so electrical companies don't have to burn as many fossil fuels.
I want to thank you for being here and taking time in Environmental Week. I know that you all put a lot of thought into your ideas that you wrote into us, and I know our department had a real tough time going through all the submissions and coming up with 12. So I was going to say 12 winners, but you know what? All 35 schools that participated are all winners, because you all care about the environment and you all took the time to share your ideas. I can say that, you know, some of the things I learned the most is when my youngest daughter came home from school. I remember in grade 6, and she came home and said, "We're not doing that anymore, Dad." I said, "Okay, why?" And she said, "Because the teacher said it was bad for the environment." So I hope that as you go home and you talk to your parents, that you explain to them why you're doing what you're doing. And, you know, attitudes start at home.